Hello guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and it seems like Donald Trump might be firing his campaign managers, Chris LaCivita and Susie Wiles. This is not confirmed. It is from his former aide, Anthony Scaramucci, and these two campaign managers were actually a large part of the Trump campaign's success this election cycle. They managed to portray inflation as Joe Biden's fault, as Donald Trump's the solution to that, and they managed to sweep under the rug the Trump administration. They managed to make the American people forget about the last year of the Trump administration, about January 6th, about all of that. And if Donald Trump is actually firing these two, this is a major blow to the Trump campaign, and it signals a trend. Before the debate, Donald Trump was moderating his stances. He was learning when to not speak out of turn. You could even see that in the debate. If you compare his performance in 2020, where he would speak over Joe Biden and he came off as a child, compared to his performance in 2024, it is night and day. He didn't just win the debate because Joe Biden did bad. He won the debate because he acted properly. He did not speak over him. He just let him dig his own grave. He knew when to talk. He knew when not to. And when he did talk, he managed to talk in an appealing way to the American people. He didn't just go and blame everything on election fraud or the illegals or something like that. And that's largely thanks to these two campaign managers. They were a large part in Donald Trump moderating his stances and changing the way that he appeals to American voters. And Donald Trump possibly firing them is a serious bad sign, but it is part of the trend. Ever since his assassination attempt, Donald Trump has been on a tirade, rambling about stuff on Truth. And while Kamala Harris visited 7 swing states in a week, during that week, Donald Trump just visited Montana. And Montana isn't even competitive on the presidential scale. So, he's not even really doing very much. And when he does talk, it seems like he is not doing what he needs to. He is not blaming things on the Biden administration. He is not speaking moderately and appealingly to the American people like he did before Joe Biden dropped out. And the way he has been talking about Kamala Harris replacing Joe Biden, it is even more off-putting to the American people. And firing these two would just be another step in that direction. These two were the people that kept the Trump campaign from going underwater. They were the two people that kept the American people from remembering what the last year of the Trump administration led to, what January 6th was. And if they are gone, that is a huge blow. And it's not just who Trump could be removing from his campaign. It is also recent confirmed news of who he could be adding to his campaign. As of a couple hours ago, it has been confirmed that Donald Trump has hired an entire slate of new campaign aides, one of which being his former campaign advisor from 2016, Corey Lewandowski. And you might know him from this clip, actually, which I'm about to play.
I mean, look, I read today about a 10-year-old girl with Down syndrome who was taken from her mother and put in a cage. I read about did you say want to a 10-year-old with Down syndrome?
Which is kind of funny, but it signifies the Trump campaign. This guy was one of the biggest parts in them winning in 2016, especially winning in the Republican primary. He played a huge helping hand in that. And it seems like the Trump campaign, one, is starting to regress to that mindset of, not acting as moderate, acting more shockingly, which worked in 2016, but it did not work in 2020. And it is them kind of trying to bring back that 2016 energy, which is probably because they seem to be lacking a lot of energy. Ever since Kamala Harris rejoined the race, she has gained a ton of momentum. And ever since Donald Trump has lost that momentum that he gained after the debate and after the assassination and the RNC, it seems like he has just been trying to go back to a time when he actually had momentum. So that could be why he has chosen Corey Lewandowski. So what could this mean for the campaign? Well, Corey Lewandowski is actually towards the right, whereas his two campaign managers are more towards the center in terms of where they're trying to push Trump. And I can guarantee you that if Donald Trump moves towards the right, he will lose independent votes and he will lose the election. Trump already secured his base. What he needs to do is secure the independents. He needs to secure that. And if he moves towards the right, which could be by continuing to speak out of turn, by letting JD Vance run his mouth and say crazy stuff, which hurts his campaign. That will continue to happen. If I could advise the Trump campaign to do one thing, it would be to continue to stay in the center, to continue to appeal to independence. That is how Glenn Youngkin won the state of Virginia in 2021. And it is the opposite of what Republicans did in 2022, where they underperformed. It has been clear that just because you are affiliated with Trump, or you are Trump, or you are MAGA, that you will win an election, even in a red state. It seemed before 2022 that partisanship had taken over the country. But it was made clear then that if you present yourself as moderate enough and your opponent is unlikable and towards the extremes, you can win, even if it's in an area and an environment that is not beneficial towards you. So do not fire your campaign managers and do not revert to your shocking form of campaigning in 2016. It worked because nobody knew who Trump was. But now, everyone knows who he is. Everyone spent 4 years under his presidency. And if he tries to revert back to that, Kamala Harris will win. So that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the success again. If we get to 500 subscribers by the end of the week, I will release a mega election night. So that is President, Senate, Governor, and House. So try and get there. Subscribing really helps. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.